Hey, 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 it's Erica with a K, and thank you for joining us for another TWG Talks as we are moving through our top five jazz albums of all time. And I'm so excited about the fourth edition to this series, which is Charles Mingus's Mingus A. Which was released in 1959. But before we do anything, let's go over some house rules. I need you to like, share, comment, and most importantly, we need you to subscribe to the channel, all right? That lets us know that you like what we're putting out so that we can put out more of it. Also, shout out to the platforms that we listen to the album on. Jazz Time with Jarvis X on YouTube, and then of course my trusty title subscription. If I needed to kind of have some background noise, I do title. If I wanted to do the visual, then I would go to YouTube. And let's talk about the visual, shall we? The visual art was absolutely amazing. It was the first thing that I noticed. Absolutely stunning. It was done by S. Neofluida, and it's supposed to be a depiction of Latin corruption, whatever that is. But it's the first time in this series that artwork really spoke to me. And of course, I love all things art and music and that. So this really spoke to me. And I was like, oh, this is a really nice art. Album cover art. But let's get into some of the musicians, okay? How about I did not know what instrument Charles played? By the second time I listened through the album, I was really saying, I have no idea who I'm listening for. So I went back, did some research, found out that Charles is a bassist. And as a fellow string player, a violinist of over 20 years, I am very familiar with all of my string family members. So I went back and listened again with a keen ear for the bass player. There's a lot of great musicians, and they can get lost in there because their music is so low, and they might be playing an octave below someone else in the ensemble. So you really have to listen for the bass player, but nonetheless, Charles put together a great ensemble, and his bass work was absolutely amazing. Uh, but not to just spend so much time there, let's get into some of these songs, okay? About 58 minutes on the album. So, not too long, not too short. It's one of those ones you can start it and play it a couple times over throughout your day. And it has a lot of great stuff in it. Favorite on the first half, or what I'm dubbing the first half, is Goodbye Pork Pie Hat. It's quintessential jazz music. It's get off of work, pour your glass of wine, put on your slippers, put on a really mellow but exciting tune. And Goodbye Pork Pie Hat is that tune. I'm very excited about just listening to that in my regular mix of music. Boogie Stop Shuffle is the get up, and if you want to twerk to jazz, this would be that song. It really makes you want to get up and move your feet. First time I heard it, I found myself dancing. I was like, oh, okay, I think I love this. And then another stellar one is the Open Letter to Duke. Obviously, it is a love letter or a celebration to Duke Ellington and his work and his contribution to the genre. So, of course, that was a really great number on the front half of the album, if you will. And then, but that's not to say that the other two songs are not good. Those three just really spoke to me. And if I had to have favorites, they would be a part of my favorites list from this album. And then we go to the latter part of the album. I have three that I like on here. Fables of Fabus, Pussycat Dues, and Jelly Roll. Now, Fables of Fabus, I'm kind of like half and half because like 80% of the song I thoroughly enjoy. But then the drummer gets off to me in a couple portions of it. He just kind of gets out of the pocket and he's trying to find it again. And I'm like, why didn't they just re-record it? But this was back in '59. They did what they needed to do. Maybe it was a one take type of thing, but that irked me. And it really, I was just like, oh, this would be a perfect song if the drummer stayed in the pocket throughout the entire song. But again, this is, like bop jazz or bebop jazz. So, maybe I'm just not that versed in it. I'm learning. Pussycat Dudes is probably my second favorite behind Goodbye Pork Pie Hat. Um, And then Jelly Roll again is it's an homage to Jazz Great, kind of the founder of this genre, Jelly Roll Morton. And so again, just like the Duke Ellington song, this one was a really good track as well. So of all the tracks that are on here, I have about like what six that I really enjoy. So would I encourage you to add it to your collection? Absolutely. Okay. Add Charles Mingus's Mingus AM to your collection. I know I'm going to add the entire work to my collection, but there are definitely those particular songs, singles, whatever you want to call them, that I would actually add to separate, different playlists. But this album as a whole definitely needs to be a part of your collection. Okay. Charles Mingus, Mingus AM. Add it to the collection because TWG Talks told you to. Okay? So if this is the kind of thing that you are into, if you like to talk about music, talk about albums and the genres and their influence on community and culture, then this is the place that you need to be. Okay? We drop new videos every Thursday, and so hopefully you'll join us on Thursday um, and join in on the conversation with us. Okay? Erica with a K, and this is TWG Talks. I'll see you on Thursday.